Who am I? My full name is Carlos Damasio Villegas Chavez Martinez. Um, I am a 19-year-old Mexican rapper. My family is from León, Guanajuato. Shout out Panza Verdes. You know what's up. Anyway, and that's who I am. I go by the rapper name Kid Dami. And what I do is, well, I take what I have in my head and I share it with people, and it just so happens to be through music. So yeah, Kid Dami, pronounced Dami, Dami, comes from my name Damasio, given to me by my parents, from my obviously from my parents. It was my grandfather's name. So yeah, it meant a lot to me. So I wanted to incorporate it not only in mm, just me as an identity, but my identity as a rapper and Kid Dami, so that that I still live on the legacy that he had set forth and then passed on to my dad, and which my dad passed on to me. In regards to my heritage, I have to say 100%. I am first generation from from an immigrant family. They came here to the US, I have so much pride and like so much love and respect for Mexico and everything that it's given to me, and it's just naturally just growing up in an environment like that, it just has influence over me. The type of music I grew up to is very different than what most other families would experience, in non-Latino families would experience. And so I think it just naturally has like an effect over how I dress, how I act, how I speak, like, and especially in like the music. In regards to music, it just so happens that rap and this type of art form is the art form in which I can excel at and do what I believe is amazing stuff. But I'm gonna show you that amazing stuff through everything that is about me, which is including my heritage, which is including being a Latino, being a Mexican American, being a son of an immigrant family, and like showing what's plausible and how I can share my story and my experiences with you guys. What attracted me to becoming a musician, getting involved in the industry? Well, I think it's just music in general. I fucking love music, like everything about it, like the way it sounds, the way it makes me feel, like how it adds color to the situation that I'm in, how it like just elevate. To me, music elevates my life in a way nothing else can, and it's just something that I always wanted to be involved in from kindergarten till now. Like it's just a part of me, it's just ingrained in me. Like, and then now that I'm getting involved and I'm seeing more of the actual industry, it's I'm ready for it. Like I'm seems great, seems fun. I'm excited for the challenge. I'm excited for everything. And now that I've got a little taste of it, I want the whole plate. Ooh, so this song is called Decision. Essentially, I'll get into it later, but it's when I made the decision from not playing professional college soccer to fully 100% committing to music and kind of looking for an outlet through that. So yeah. This is a story about a boy whose life was found out, head on straight, yeah, he had no doubt. First college in sports, he was bound to go pro. Not to mention too, he was as bright as gold. So his parents always told him, get your education, go get your license to pick up your dad's vocation. But he had a sudden urge to pick up a mic and say shit, but he put it to the side cause he thought it would never pay him. But as it turns out, this kid had a talent to make people feel good, basically uncommanding. And for some reason, whenever he was put on a stage, it was about as natural as water to a lake. So as time kept passing, man, he couldn't keep passive, kept to his arts, and then he started crafting. Still focused on school, sticking to what he was planning, never thinking anything would have ever happened. That was until he turned 16, had his whole year fucked when he was cut from the team. But he wouldn't let that stop him, had something to prove, so then he started plotting. Didn't know it yet, but he was about to blossom, put himself out and all this eyes was on him. Euphoria controlled him as he controlled the crowd. This kid felt awesome, cause in that year he knew that he found his calling. But now
Now this kid's gotta make up his decision. Stick to the plan or do something different. Cause now he can't stop, knowing how much he's gifted. God give him the strength to make the right decision. But now this kid's gotta make up his decision. Stick to the plan or do something different. Cause now he can't stop, knowing how much he's gifted. God give him the strength to make the right decision. And school was cool, but it was never his thing. He kept up his grades, but all his teachers would say, you're a smart kid, and I gotta complain. How are your tests all A's, but your assignments ain't the same? See, the problem was that he was always distracted. His attention was divided, so the homework he subtracted. Then he realized he needed to add the school and the practice. Multiplied his work ethic, that's some real mathematics. As time went on and the flames came fire, he went himself out and he started burning brighter. What to do now with his emotions he's inspired? Might as well spring him up to become a high flyer. So we trained and trained until it was unanimous. The kid's a fucking baller, damn, he really fucking talented. Now none of his coaches could even go and challenge him. He earned his spot back on the team where we thought his passage is. Now this kid's gotta make up his decision. Stick to the plan or do something different. Cause now he can't stop, knowing how much he's gifted. God give him the strength to make the right decision.
Two inspirations. First one being my father, obviously. He's the most hardworking man to ever exist. Always doing everything he needs to do for his family and then more. Like, always being the type of father, just a good figure, someone to look up to, and then someone to to want to be, in a sense of like work ethic and sense of respect that have people have for him and respect that he has for others. Is just like, it inspired me to want to get that respect and want to be able to, be like him. And then another person would have to be Kobe Bryant, obviously, because of that mentality, that killer mentality that you have to be the best. And if you don't want to be the best, then you're not going to do anything, Like you have to be in the mindset where you can be friends with everyone in the room, but you want to beat everyone in the room. That type of mentality has always been something that I've strived for, and not just in music, but just in my everyday, being not necessarily being like extremely competitive, but wanting to be as good as I can be, not even as good, as perfect as I can be without, you know, with challenging myself. But anyway, so how he felt about me going into rap was, at first he thought it was a hobby. He thought I should stick to working with him, stick to getting a degree in going to school. And he thought it was just a hobby for the moment. But as he thought it was getting serious, he kept urging, like, go to college, take the normal route. But recently, not even recently, like within the last year, he's been starting to realize, like, this is just a hobby. Like, I'm taking this 100% serious. Like, this is something that I want to do, and it's not just something I want to do. It's something that I believe I can do, and I know I can do. And so he finally, when he came to that realization too, he took a step back, and he started to fully support me, and now I got his support. So, like, 100% support. He's one of my biggest fans, and I love him. So yeah, shout out Nacho. So I think there are two moments in my life where I say that happened. First moment being where, like, I knew I was going to be not just a musician, but I was gonna make people feel certain ways by either acting, writing, like I was gonna perform, like I was going to do that. Was my first grade. Um, my school has talent shows, so I auditioned for the talent show by myself, and like I loved it. I loved going in front of the judges. So the way it was set up is you have to go audition for the talent show, and then you get to the talent show. So I was at the audition, and I was just in front of the judges, and I was just singing my heart out, and I didn't get it. I didn't make the talent show. Like, it was probably garbage. Like, I probably would agree with them that I didn't belong up there, but that feeling of like being able to like just perform and just like express yourself in a cool way, it just just something that I wanted to do. So from that moment on, I didn't care about that first rejection. I didn't care about it. I just knew that I needed to get there. And then I would just, be a kid for now at that moment. And then the second time where I was like, there was more of a realization where it's not that I wanted to, it's just that now I know I can. Now I know that I will, like 100%. Like there's no more doubt in my head anymore. It wasn't even rapping. It was an improv. I used to do improv comedy at with my high school, and like I remember showing up to the club meeting one time, and I was like, "This is cool. I'll go up on stage, maybe get a couple of laughs." I've been told I'm a funny-ish person, so it might work out. And it was dope. Like I killed it apparently. Like I was just doing what I did. They gave me like we did games and stuff, and like I did my scene. I didn't think about anything. I didn't listen to anyone like laughing or anything. I just did it. Went down. My friend gave me a high five. They were like, "Dude, you were dope." I was like, "Hell yeah!" And then the shows came around. So what they did is they had the club where the students would go, and the shows would be like on a Friday night, and like it'd be tickets, buy tickets and stuff. So they invited me to do the show, and I was the first freshman to ever do a show with them. So it was kind of cool. So I went through the process. Backstage they were like, no talking, and it was like cool, kind of be like behind the scenes, just see what goes on before the show. And I was like, I dig this. And so time went. I'm on stage, and I do my first joke. I'm Mexican. So obviously the first thing I'm gonna do is some sort of like Mexican thing. I think it was something like about tamales or something. It was around Christmas time, so I was like, too many tamales or something like that. But anyway, so I did the bit, and I paused for a second. First time I heard the crowd erupted, was laughing their asses off, and at that moment I was like it was like a spark, like that feeling of like controlling the crowd, the feeling of just knowing that like they're invested in what you're doing. It's not like spotlight on me. It's that I made them feel a certain way, that I was able to capture their attention and then make them feel joy in that moment, in that caged laughter. So at that moment, I was like, this is it. This is what I need to do. I don't care what I got to do. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and I can do it. And since then, it's led me to here. All right, so this is my first song ever. It's called Never Meant To. Not much to say about it. Just one day, school was over, and I was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna make music. So I grabbed my Apple headphones, plugged in my headphones, and then I made this. So here we go.
It is touching the truth.
I wanna go back to when things were so simple, when everything was easy, was no damage on my mental. When I wake up with a smile instead of counting each pimple, before I'd ever wake up and vibe on an instrumental. But I'ma make a career through my paper and pencil, and when I make it, I'ma act like I never meant to. Yeah, phase one, I'ma dive right in.
Nothing to fear.
So let's begin the story of the kid whose life could have been so boring, doing the same routine through the night and into the morning. He could have been a nobody, just another nameless face. He could have became with conformity and stayed up in his place. He could have been the type of kid who wouldn't stand for what he believed in, skip class and wouldn't think creatively, just to sleep in. He could have been a loser, cause he never wanted to put the work in, didn't try anything new, only because it was really certain. A kid who had no dreams to yearn, who could not learn to love, nor love to learn. That's what could have been, but won't, because I chose to be who I am today, and I can do it, obtain anything. But I know that my dreams are coming.
I see what you mean.
I wanna go back in time to when things were so simple, when everything was easy, was no damage on my mental. When I wake up with a smile instead of counting each pimple, and before I'd ever wake back and vibe on an instrumental. But I'ma make a career through my paper and pencil, and when I make it, I'ma act like I never meant to. Damn. Verse 2. Made a lot of good choices, but by the same token, I've messed up so many times and still so soft spoken. Still trying to find more soul, it's probably in the distance, but I've come a long way. Take for instance how my flow has changed since I was an infant. I matured in the bars and now I'm older, getting sick, and I kept the same message, that's a love, it's no different. And I'm gonna leave to the game, I hope to leave an imprint. I need to keep growing and getting more experience, but to those that hold and support me, that's the reason you're hearing this. Yeah, that's it. Never meant to. What made me develop into art? I had a couple. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and I know it's not a long time, but I definitely felt like major shifts in my music, especially this year. But I think the first one was um my high school had our other rappers at the time, too, and one of them was a good friend of mine. And we decided that fuck it, we're gonna do our own concert. Like, we're gonna perform our own songs. We got a decent catalog. Like, let's do it. So we got other artists from around the area who I still keep in touch with today with most of them. Um, and yeah, one of them was my friend from middle school. Shout out Advancers. He makes dope ass music and is a geary. He's his friend that he brought with him, who's like now like one of my closest friends. But anyway, so we all get together and we're planning this concert, and it's like we're doing it like it's surprising as hell. Like no one took it seriously at first, but then we started like throwing it around school, like everywhere. We started giving it a name, started hyping it up, started like it really got attention and really started like gravitating, and we were like, holy shit, we're actually doing it. And then we were like, we don't have a fucking stage. So me and my dad, who at this point was begrudgingly, no, begrudgingly, accepting to help. Me and him built the stage in a day, and then so day comes, we have a pitch counter. We said if we get over 300 people, we'll shave my head. It was in a backyard too. Like, this is all in my friend. I almost said his name. My friend, my friend's backyard, and so his backyard only fits like 100 people. Um, so then we had a pitch counter, counting all the people that showed up, and I think we got up to 500. We were getting up there. We got to 300 within the first like 10 minutes, probably. Like, we was like filled. And so then the pitch comes. So like it was about 7:30 when we opened doors to get everyone in to kind of vibe out and have a party, kind of relax before the show. We ended up getting shut down at 8:30. So it was like damn, like we did everything. We were so close, and then the cops show up, tell us like, yo, you guys can't have this many people here. You can't be doing this. And we were like, fuck. So what are we gonna do? We have all these people back there. So I said, fuck it. And I hopped up on stage with another artist who I had a song with at the time. And we just started doing our song a cappella. And then um, adults come out and they start trying to get us off the stage. And it was like, um, at that point, I was like, I need to take this more seriously. Like, I need to start focusing on the quality of my music now, because like if I want to do stuff like this, I can't keep doing stuff like this, in little backyard shows. Like, I'm gonna need to up that up a bit. So I think at that point I was like hoping to take it more professionally. Now recently I started finally investing in the studio time and stuff. So I think my biggest fear is that no one would have heard me. I mean, I feel like that's any artist's big fear, that they're gonna post a song and get 0 plays for like the first 3 months. Uh, so yeah, starting off, like I didn't really have any fears. Like, there was no number that I was trying to get at. There was no like anything. I just wanted people to listen. And if nobody listened, then I was like, the fuck am I doing? So
that's my biggest fear, starting. And you know, naturally it just, well, not naturally, it was unnatural. That shit was just one day to the next. Just I had like 100 plays, and the next day I went to 28,000 or something like that. It was crazy. It blew my mind. I never did numbers like that again. Oh wait, scratch that. Yeah, I do. Um, but yeah, that was just my biggest fear, just not getting anyone to hear me. So, and then regards to like money and stuff, I was like 16 at the time, so I don't think I cared. I still don't. I'm working right now. As long as I got money to keep doing this, like, I know it'll come later. So my main goal in doing music is to get someone to feel how I did when I was listening to music for the first time, when I first discovered an artist, or like when I sat down and listened to music and was like, yes, this is the art form in which I'm going to take it. Like, I just want to give people that elevation, that color, that next level to living life, that I think music provides, especially to me. As long as one person, like, listens to it and is like, this made me feel good, like, that's exactly what I want. And even if like the opposite happens, like say someone listens to one of my songs is like, this is the worst shit I've ever listened to, I'm gonna go make a better song than this, then shit, I inspired someone too. Damn. So that's essentially my goal. I just want to inspire, give someone a reason to do something, give someone a reason to feel a certain way, hopefully a good way. But it's okay to cry a little too sometimes. That's what I've learned. Only one tear.
Only
And
one
then
tear
after
though.
you got to pull it back up.
Only one tear.
Well, the emotion when I get off stage is just radiation. It's just joy, just like euphoria, just radiating. I feel it, especially like right here on the back of my head. Like it's just like I'm a candle and like my head's on fire. It just feels like it's just coming out, and it just nonstop. Like it's just energy, energy, energy. Like it's almost like a drug, to be honest. It's like I feel like I could do anything. Definitely euphoria, definitely feeling joy, happy, everything. Coming off stage, especially when a crowd's reacting so good, especially when like it's a great show and it's like I killed it, like I didn't mess up once, and the crowd loved it. Like that's like better than any drug I could ever have. Respect, I think making it in the industry has a big part of my thing to do with respect, especially with like getting it from people. If someone could come up to me and be like, yo, you make some hot shit, like that shit's amazing. Like that respect, like that person has given to me is just, this is exactly like, what it is, what I want and stuff. So level by level. First, my family, the respect of my family doing it, I got that. Next thing, people, just anyone who listen to it, anyone who wants to be a part of it, they like it, they respect me. Like I want that. And then next level, other artists in the area, like I want other artists to come up to me, be like, "Yo, you make some good shit. Like you make like people who were also involved in what involved in, to have their respect. That's also another level. And then to have respect to people who have everyone's respect, like a great, like that's the ultimate dream for me, to get that. Like they come up to you and they tell you like, you made it, like you're doing good. Like that's pretty much what I want. I think the biggest thing was finding my platform, and biggest thing was finding what I can do to like create art and create art well. So I think for the biggest part, especially in my younger days, I'm talking kindergarten, I always listen to music. Music is always going to be a constant throughout my entire life. So just listening to music affected me 100%. So other than that, though, the art forms in which I took place, especially in my earlier years, was through comics, through drawings and stuff, through regular poetry, or just rhymes down. I didn't necessarily say like raps because I didn't listen to rap at the time. I didn't have any basis for it. So like I say up until third grade, it was about just drawing, just getting a joke off, or like, getting some concept down, or finding words that rhyme together that I didn't know would rhyme together, especially as a 3-year old. At the third grader, you're like, damn, those words go together. Um, and then once fourth grade came around, um, it was when hip hop started taking over the music scene. It stopped. It started becoming a lot more mainstream, and started, you know, getting played on the radio more because I didn't have any access to any other music besides what my parents played at home and the radio, which is like Kiss FM, so pop music. Like, I didn't know the hip hop channels. I only knew like two at the time. So once I got introduced to hip hop, I was like, I can't sing, I can't draw, I can awkwardly dance, like, and whatever this is, which is rap, is fucking amazing, and it's fucking like it blew my mind. And so then I started getting deep into it. And like after I started getting deep into it, I started trying to like, come up with raps from like I think from 5th grade on. I just started writing, just saying them to my friends. They would like, do some one-liners back. It was probably horrible stuff, but like I was like, this is so cool. This is dope. This is like this is awesome. And then I started listening to more artists, started getting deeper into the genre, and then you know, just loving music through it, and then just finding out that that's where I needed to be. And advice I'd give to a young artist is definitely just to get it started. Just literally just do it. Just start. It's the part, probably the hardest and most difficult part is just put your first song out there. Actually sit down, record something, actually like construct something and then just put it out. Because after that, it's just gonna come easier, just gonna come natural. You're gonna want to do it more, like especially if it's for you and if you want to do it. You're first time you do it. After that, you're just gonna want to keep doing it forever. Like you're gonna want to come home from work, school, being outside, going to hang out with friends, and just come home, make music. Sometimes you don't even want to make. You don't want to hang out with your friends. You just want to go home and just start it. Because once you start it, once you get an understanding for it, and if you really love it and if you really like it, it's just gonna be natural. My Instagram is Kid Dami official. So is my Twitter. I changed them both. I had them both to like names that I liked, but then I realized like people started calling me by by my Instagram handle instead of my actual name at shows, and I was like, damn. So I had to change it back. But that's besides the point. Anyway, if you want to find me, yeah, Kid Dami official, on Instagram, on Twitter, CDVC4 on Snapchat, Kid Dami literally anywhere. I have a website. You can fucking email me through there. Like I said, I'm always checking the emails. What else? I have a Discord too, but I don't know what it is. But yeah, that's it. If you want to find me, I'm always down to do music, always down to try anything. I'm 100% down to do any type of track. I don't care. I'll do a country song if you hit me up. So this song is called Funky Fresh. Essentially, like I just needed a song where like you just needed to vibe out, you needed to dance, like something just groovy, And like this is essentially where I want to take my music, kind of give it that like upbeat sort of like chill, like in the moment, in the wherever it may be, just get up, just start dancing, just start feeling yourself, do what you gotta do. So yeah, this is Funky Fresh. Sit on down, buy another round of that good shit, would you? Give me that look, it got me kinda feeling like I'm raising up the roof a bit. Always stood off, but I never had a suit to fit, ooh. But I can still move, do the type of shit Jagger wishes he could do. Always out the vibe, sound wave coming soon. But I'm looking up a storm, they be shouting typhoon. Yeah, I just be sitting here relaxing. Why you wanna be mad, what happened? Sent your man to call my phone, what's with that shit? Get up off your ass, to start dancing, It ain't gotta be alright for you to feel alright. Cause if you look that nice, just look inside the mirror and say, it's my night. What you gotta lose, roll that dice. Yeah, you just need something you can groove to.
You just need something you can move to. This is the type of joint when you're feeling fresh, walking like MJ with these lights coming out, yo. You just need something you can groove to. You just need something you can move to. This is the type of joint when you're feeling fresh, walking like MJ with these lights coming out, yo. Feeling funky fresh is the style I'm inventing. Money in my pockets, it's $1 million denim. Broke all the ankles the way I just send them. Switching every song now, don't you go forgetting. At the stoplight, I'm just trying to live up in the fast life. Zooming on sight, guess I just see you in the past life. But up until then, my moments stay fluid. Dami, the only being out here to do it. Feeling every seeing, my heart gets into this body language, I'm fluent. Damn, this beat got me feeling kinda funky. Hips keep swaying, but I ain't saying nothing. Feeling A1, feeling like fuck it. I'ma do what I want before I kick the buckets. I ain't trying to die today, nah. Got some more to offer, it's a lot, but I'm working hard like every day. Learning how to make my work my play, cause I ain't trying to die today, nah. Got some more to offer, it's a lot, but I'm working hard like every day. Learning how to make my work my play, cause you just need something you can groove to. You just need something you can move to. This is the type of joint when you're feeling fresh, walking like MJ with these lights coming out, yo. You just need something you can groove to. You just need something you can move to. This is the type of joint when you're feeling fresh, walking like MJ with these lights coming out your steps. Yeah, it's funky fresh. I'm really excited for this track. Very excited. Yeah, that's it. Sit on down, buy another round of that good shit, would you? Give me that look in, got me kinda feeling like I'm raising up the roof a bit. Always stood off, but I never had a seat to fit, ooh. But I can still move, do the type of shit Jagger wishes he could do. Always out the vibe, sound wave coming soon. But I'm looking up a storm, they be shouting typhoon. Yeah, I just be sitting here relaxing. Why